Hello guys, so this is episode 4 of Drawing Your OCs. It's a brand new year! I recently got some new watercolour palettes, let's test them out! Before I go into the main portion of the video, I'm going to actually explain how to enter your OC into the series. You create a post about your OC on either Instagram, Twitter or Drawing Amino with the hashtag DrawMyOCZoe. And due to popular request, I have entries going by email now as well, so you can enter via the email address on screen. All the same rules apply as social media and email, so please bear that in mind. The post's image or images need to include references of your character's clothing style and also colour palettes. In the description of the post, there needs to be information about your character as well as the backstory. I want to know about your character. The pictures do not need to be full body, but at least provide me with a head and a torso shot. But please do not use bases as your character entry. I also pick the characters at random, so there is no favoritism. Now let's find out whose characters I drew this time. So before I talk about the characters, I just want to say a big thank you to everybody who's recently subscribed. I've gained so many new subscribers, it's insane. I'm kind of in denial about the Draw This Again video just blowing up out of nowhere on New Year's. It was the best start to the new year that I could ever have wished for, and I just want to welcome the new subscribers and thank them so much. The first OC I picked was Frostbite Noelle. She's the character of That Crazy Fangirl from Instagram, and this is her backstory. Frostbite is 24 years old, but back in the day her life wasn't all that perfect. She doesn't remember her younger years. Her memories started from when she was around 5, and she always felt left out when other people told stories when they were even younger. She has a mother and a father who care about her deeply, and they always worried about her growing up. She remembers her best friend William Winters being by her side since that first day of school when he said he loved her white hair. The two grew up living on the same street and playing together. They would wake up at the crack of dawn during summer and sneak out of the house, always with the snacks, as they sat in the treehouse in Frost's backyard to watch the sunrise. They mostly did this to avoid the summer heat. Strangely, Frost would pass out under the blazing sun, not knowing why until she was 8 years old. When her 8th birthday came on December 21st, she was told by her parents that she had a gift to control ice and snow. Therefore, she was very weak in hot weather and her white hair was explained. Frostbite was scared, and once she knew more blizzards appeared in the town, she was paranoid that she was causing them. Once she told Will, he thought her powers were amazing. For starters, she was cancelling school, a child's dream. Frostbite felt alone, since everyone thought her powers were a blessing, when she was scared of doing something she'll regret. When she told him, Will pushed her with requests. He wanted to see some ice come out of thin air, or for it to start snowing inside of his room. He wanted an army of snowmen to have a snowball fight with. Frost had grown frustrated with his pleas, and told him to stop since he was pushing her to do something she didn't want to do. However, it was too late. Once she was mad, a wave of icicles shot out from around her, so he would back away. Although it put him in a critical condition, he was stabbed by her magic. Frostbite never knew what happened after that. All she remembers was passing out to see her best friend collapse to the ground. She had woken up in a strange place the next day that she would grow up to call her new home in the future, her future guild. Her parents had sent her there, for they knew that she would get proper training she needed in order to control her powers. There she met the guild leader named Carl, and even Will joined the guild so that she wouldn't be lonely. Now, as time progresses, she fell in love with her now boyfriend Kyle, and she is working to control her magic, and finding out new things every day. So just to clarify with the way I pick OCs, this time around I picked it because I wanted something that was in my comfort zone. These two characters, they were quite opposite to each other in terms of colour scheme and also just how detailed they were in general. Frostbite was more simple and had a really cool backstory, and I kind of fell in love with her cuteness, whereas the other character that's coming up, she was a lot more detailed. The start of the new year has actually been a pretty stressful one for me because I've been catching up with my semester 1 deadlines. I've just handed them in. My last deadline for semester 1 was on the 18th of January, so I'm currently in that week of in between semesters, so I can relax a bit now. Now, a lot of the OCs actually come mostly from Instagram. This is because after YouTube, it's my most followed social media. This is why there's a lot more Instagram entries in these episodes than there is Twitter and Drawing Amino. There's just not quite enough for me to choose from. And sometimes when I have a character that I want to draw from Instagram and I go to a different social media, the other character just feels too similar to the one I've already chosen. So I'm back to square one. So it's either I choose that one from Instagram or I go with that one from another social media platform. It's really difficult to choose because I just want to draw all of the characters, but I just don't have the time to do that. Before I introduce the second character, I will say that these were done with watercolour. I've been testing out my new sets of watercolour that I got over the Christmas period, and you would have seen in my haul video that I got the White Nights watercolour set and also a schminky set of watercolours as well. So I used both sets. I was actually going to use one set per drawing, but I kind of forgot while I was doing it. So both of them have White Nights and schminky watercolour in them, and they work very well together. The second OC is Melani Atsushi. She belongs to my friend Lari, and her Instagram and YouTube is Lari's ChannelArts. Her backstory is as follows. Born and raised by the Queen of Aracia, which is a city of elf warriors, she was the Princess Melani, the one born with the special powers who can travel through dimensions and time-space. One dark night, at the age of 8, Melani was sleeping when the nightmare souls crushed through the castle, trying to kill the princess. Her mother saved her by using her life powers to protect the little girl. Through the years, Melani grew and became much stronger and powerful. She didn't have any other family members with her. Only the castle maid stayed with her since her mother's death. At the age of 16, she was old enough to fight and become a warrior, but because she was a princess, she wasn't allowed to. In the end, she broke the rules of being a princess and became a warrior and saved others' lives just as her mother saved hers. She's very shy and sweet, but can be dangerous and strong. She's scared of knives and wolves. And a little fun fact, Atsushi, which is her last name, means compassionate warrior. So now that you're this far into the video, you may have noticed that the editing style of the footage is quite a bit different from my regular style of art videos. I actually prefer this style, even though it takes me a lot longer to do. I feel like it's much more satisfying to watch the video back because you get to see real-time brush strokes and close-up details, and I think it's so good. I've been inspired by Joy-san. I've been watching a lot of her videos where you can just see her brush strokes and it's so satisfying. I've been wanting to do it for my videos for a long time, so the fact that I get to start off this new year with a new editing style underneath my belt is really good. It makes me excited for my content this year. Speaking of this year, I also want to talk about something that happened very recently, the YouTube Partner Program. I'm not going to say too much because Amanda Elise did an amazing video on it and you should go check it out. But I want to say that a lot of channels have been pretty much hung out to dry by this new requirement. I feel sorry for all the art YouTube channels that have been affected by this. I thankfully was not affected by this whole transition into the new requirements, but I know a lot of people who were, so hopefully you can find some new people to follow in the comment section. If you want more information about the YouTube Partner Program and how it affects creators, I would suggest going to Amanda Elise's channel and watching her latest video on that. I will link that down below in the description if you would like to watch it. This is all part of the Support Small initiative started by Hello Alice. So if you're interested in any of the materials that I have used in this piece, I will leave links to where you can find them down below. I've recently signed up for the Amazon affiliates program, so every time somebody buys something from those links, I get a small commission, which is really, really nice. I'm very new to it, so it's gonna be a bit of a learning curve. Every little bit helps to the growth of the channel. And that is true, every little bit will help, because this year is a year of great change for myself. I graduate university this year. I actually leave in mid-May, and I think my graduation ceremony is in mid-October, because I think that's when they have it. Once university ends, I'm going to have quite a lot of free time on my hands, so hopefully I'm going to be spending the first month or two out of uni building on my channel, doing things that I wouldn't have been able to do while being at university, and also trying to find a job at the same time, because that will actually help towards everything, to be honest. I think while looking for a traditional job, I might actually start taking some commissions this year. So if you actually have any advice about selling your work, that would be amazing for me. I do have a Redbubble shop as well, so I will leave all the links down below if you would like to know anything about that. And if you have any questions, you can comment down below. In terms of commissions, there's going to be more information around the time I actually do start them. Not right now, because, you know, third year of university, definitely not the right time to start doing them. But there'll be more information when that comes. I also would like to work on my online store as well. I have a lot of original art that I could sell, and people have expressed wanting some of that artwork, so I think that's definitely something to work on this year. During my live streams, a lot of people tend to ask me what my sub goal is for the new year, and my practical goal for growing in subscribers, I think by the end of the year, is definitely 7.5k. The dream is 10k. I do think 10k is a bit way off, but maybe it might happen, since my channel's been gradually growing more and more each year, so it might happen, it might not. But I'm basically giving myself a goal that I know I can complete, rather than being overly optimistic and not having a completed goal. And you've made it to the end of the video, yay! If you made it this far, comment what's on the screen now, and I will see you guys in my next video. I hope you liked the pieces of artwork and the fact that I'm back. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!